Welcome to practice, everyone. Today we're going to keep it real simple and we're just going to focus on our breath and activating our core muscles, which might sound like learning nothing, that we already know how to breathe, we already know how to turn our muscles on when they're needed. But so often in life we don't breathe functionally. So often in life we move our body without activating the right muscles and then causing ourselves back pain, bad posture, all kinds of things that stop our body functioning, our digestion, our immune system, things that we need in order to feel energized and healthy. So I thought today we'll just strip it all back and we'll mainly be on the floor and we'll just try and be in our bodies, in our breath. So let's just allow ourselves to arrive into the practice. You might like to close down your eyes, but you don't have to. You can bring your attention to the sounds around you. Feeling of the floor beneath your feet and legs. Feeling of the hands resting on your body. You might like to take a moment just to scan through the body and just notice how you're feeling right now. Reminding ourselves that every day our body is different. Every day we feel differently to the next. So often we can look to patterns and decide this determines our identity, that we have long-term problems or issues that can't be fixed. The world is working against us. But we use practice just to see how we are today, to try and see clearly how we might feel right now. And we use the time of practice to find awareness, to start notice, start to observe where we might be at. Whenever you feel settled, you might like to bring your attention to your breath. As we breathe in, we bring presence into the body. Sense of here and now. Without trying to change your breath, just follow the inhale and the exhale. Just allow the breath all the time it needs. And when you exhale, just sigh it all out, empty out the lungs. You might feel your belly button come back to the spine. Let's bring our hands to our rib cage, just underneath the armpits to the side of our body. As we take our next breath, let's see if we can feel the expansion through the rib cage. Breath moving into the side of the body. Getting a sense of feeling of the body expanding and extending beyond our self, our small self, our body self. You might remember that we only use 10 to 15% of our lungs in our everyday breaths. We take over 20,000 of these breaths every day, and we only need about half this number. So we might bring our focus to this idea of the breath being low in our body, deep in our abdomen, and expanding into our side body. This idea of the breath coming from within. So we're not just gulping in oxygen through our mouth and then sighing it straight back out. We're bringing the breath into our body, giving it the time it needs to move throughout all the cells, lines of our body, moving oxygen to all of our organs, allowing our body to function. Let's see if we can bring in a little of that Pilates style breath where we activate these core muscles. If you want to feel them, you can bring your hands down to your hip bones and place your fingers on your lower belly. To activate those muscles, you can do a little cough, or you can blow as if you're blowing or sucking through a straw. Feel those muscles switched on. And see if you can continue to breathe as you were before. These are the muscles that connect our upper body and our lower body, our rib cage and our pelvic bone. And so many of our issues with back pain, with bad posture, with illness come from the lack of engagement of these muscles. Once you feel you've got those muscles switched on, you lose the engagement, just come back to that idea of blowing, pursing the lips. Bring the hands back to the rib cage. Let's see if we can have that feeling of breathing while we engage the core muscles. We allow our spine to be long. As you stay in the cycle of your breath, you might just say simple words. Breathing in. I know I am breathing in. And breathing out. Let it go. Breathing in, I calm my body. Breathing out, I smile. Whatever words work for you, just keeping attention on our breath. And if our monkey mind is butting in and taking us to all kinds of videos of the past, plannings of the future, just notice that too. Notice what sense of stillness you can bring to the body. If you feel a little agitated, a little like you need to move, that's okay. We use every practice just to train our mind, bring our body into better habits. We're going to interlace our hands, palms facing up. We'll inhale to lift up to our heart. Turn the palms and press up, reaching up. And then exhale, bring the hands back down through the center line. Turn the palms up. Let's try that again. Inhale, lift up. Turn the palms, press up. Exhale, draw the hands down. Let's see if we can do that same movement with those core muscles switched on, scooping the belly. Rib cage expands out. We inhale to reach up, push up, and we exhale down. This time we're going to press out forward from the belly. Inhale to lift up to the heart. Exhale, drop the chin into the chest. Roll the shoulders, curl the spine. Inhale, drawing energy back into the body. Exhale, sigh it out. Inhale to draw the energy in. Exhale, let it go. Let's inhale to take the arms up above the head again. This time we're going to drop our right hand down, open through the left side body, sigh it out. Inhale to reach up. Exhale, drop down to the left side. Let's do a couple more each side. Just move with your own breath, inhaling to rise, exhale to open out, keeping the sit bones heavy. This time, let's walk the right hand around to the back. We'll bring our left hand outside our right knee. Inhale to lift through the crown of the head. Exhale, maybe twist a little deeper. Walking the hands back to the front. We'll take the left hand around to the back. The right hand comes outside the left knee. Grow tall, lift up high. Exhale, twist. All right, let's roll the shoulders. Roll the shoulders. Both directions. And we're going to come down all the way onto the ground. So we just lie down on your mat. And take a moment just to feel the full imprint of the spine flat to the mat. You might take your palms pointing down, pressing into the mat, feet pressing to the mat. We're just going to move through the curve of our tailbone so that we draw the spine flat and then we curl it up just a little, pressing our tailbone through the mat. Just get a feel for where your spine might naturally sit. Let's bring our hands back to our hip bones, the base of our palm pressing on the hip bone, fingers back into our lower belly. Let's switch on those muscles again. Just come back to that blowing motion or coughing motion if you need to find those muscles. Scoop the belly, breathe in through expanding the rib cage. We're going to exhale to slowly lift the shoulders up. Inhale, bring them down. Exhale, lift the shoulders, head, keeping the neck long and chin slightly tucked. Hopefully you're getting a sense of this movement, keeping those muscles engaged. Just a small movement, lifting the spine into a bit of a C curve. Inhaling as you drop the head down, and then exhaling as you lift. You should feel those muscles engage underneath your fingers. Now we're gonna reach the fingers forward. Keep that same muscle engagement. Inhale to prep. Exhale, reach forward. Maybe you'll lift the neck a little higher, but we're not trying to put any tension into our upper body, just engagement of these muscles in our chest. Inhaling to drop down. Exhale to lift up. And you want to press through your feet. You might draw your knees in a little closer together. Just keep this going, moving with the breath. Inhaling to lift up. Inhaling to come back down, and exhaling to lift up. Whenever you need to, just come back to the floor, and let's draw our knees into the chest just for a moment. Rock the spine. I'm going to try that same thing again. This time we're going to bring our hands behind our head. And we're not trying to pull our head up. We want our head to be heavy, our neck to be long. So we want to still draw up through the upper chest and shoulders. Let's engage those core muscles. Breathing in and exhale. You might find this is a little harder. Inhale, drop the head down. Exhale to lift. We want to keep the elbows wide. We're not trying to reach our elbows towards our knee. Keep the elbows as wide as we can. You'll feel the oblique muscles start to switch on as I'm going to bring a little twist into this movement. Let's inhale to meet at the floor. As we exhale to lift, let's look towards our right elbow. And keep moving our left elbow. So eyes move back. You should feel a new muscle switch on in your rib cage area. These are our obliques, and it's feeling a little bit of heat in your belly. That's okay. Come down wherever you need to. And let's take a break, pull the knees into the chest. Should be feeling that sense of all the muscles engaged in the belly right now. A little bit of movement. All right, this time we're going to bring our legs up into a tabletop position. So let's inhale together. And then exhale, draw one leg up and then the other leg up. Side out. Let's engage those core muscles again, scoop the belly. Inhale to prep. Exhale, we're just going to reach forward again. Inhale to come down. Exhale to reach forward. Inhale. Exhale. You want to draw your feet together, knees in towards each other. Sense of the energy moving inwards in the body. Now we're going to hold up here. Make sure there's no tension in your jaw, your neck. And we're just going to tap our toes down. Inhale back to center. Exhale, tap the opposite toe. Should feel that strong sense of engagement in those abdominal muscles. Spine should feel heavy on the floor. So we're just moving at our hips like a hinge. If you need to, at any point, bring your head down to the mat. And let's slowly come down. You might like to take the hips out side to side, maybe draw them into the belly, take some small circles with the knees. And we're going to come up into a seated position, but we'll do it by taking our arms overhead, inhaling to lift up, reach the arms up, and then slowly peel the spine up, pressing through the heels, pressing through the tailbone. Bring yourself up into a seated position, side out. All right, let's come onto our side now. We'll take one foot flat to the floor, the other knee bent. Bring the hand under the shoulder with the fingers extended wide. Let's inhale to lift the pelvic bone up. Maybe reach out over the body. Find your own breath here. Lifting the pelvic bone, pressing through the feet. Making sure the shoulder is stacked over the wrist. All right, let's come down all the way to the ground now. We're going to bring our spine in line with the back of the mat. And you might like to just bring your head onto your hand, or you can come all the way down, whatever works best for you, keeping this hand as a stabilizing hand. And we want our hips to be stacked, one on top of the other. Take a moment to line up your knees, your ankles, and the balls of your feet. We're going to inhale to prep. Exhale to slowly open. It's a little bit like an oyster shell. Inhale, drawing the legs together. Exhale, open out. And we only want to just come up as high as we can before our hip starts to fall backwards. So we want our hips to stay stacked. Using our glute muscles here. Just find your own flow with the movement. Focusing on our balance, on control. Staying in the breath. You can keep it as is if you like. If you'd like to join me, I'm going to lift my feet up. This brings a little bit of a different glute challenge. Using our adductor muscles on the inside of our legs, our thigh muscles. Whenever you need to, drop those feet down, and you might like to roll through the ankles. We're going to extend our legs long, flex the feet, pressing through that hand to keep our balance, keep our hips stacked. We inhale to engage. Exhale, lift that top leg up. Just bring it as high as you can without falling back on the hip or losing a sense of balance. Inhaling to draw the legs together. As we lift the leg, let's point the toes. We're looking for a small movement here, but moving with precision and control. So we're not using our back muscles to lift the leg. We're using our thigh muscles, our glutes. As we strengthen one part of our body, we might find that we lose pain and discomfort in another part of our body. So often our body compensates through movements where we just move in a reactive way, or we form bad habits with our postures and we stay in these habits, certain ways of sleeping or sitting. All right, let's this time take some small circles with the top leg, a little bit more of a challenge, just tiny circles. Keeping our balance, keeping our hips stacked. We might change the direction of the circle. Staying in our breath. Whenever we need to come down. Let's inhale again. Exhale, another small circle. All right, we're going to inhale again. This time, press your hand. We're going to lift both legs up, keeping the hips stacked. Inhale, drop them down. Exhale, lift them up. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Side out. Dropping the feet down, we're going to scissor the top leg forward and back. Let's keep our hips stacked so we're not moving out of alignment. You might need to press through the hand a little stronger. Just take the foot a little bit behind the body before you feel yourself leaning back. You'll feel a strong activation in the glute here. Whatever sense of discomfort, just notice it. Sigh through it. Allow a little bit of discomfort to show you a path, a way forward. This is how we grow. This is how we move beyond our small self. With practice, with perseverance, with patience. And drop that leg down. You might like to give it a little massage. And we're slowly going to press ourselves up. And just come straight around to the opposite side. Take our foot flat to the ground. Lower leg is bent. Spread the fingers wide on this hand. We're going to inhale to prep. Exhale to lift up, reach over. Inhale to come back down. Exhale to open the side body. Just moving your own breath. Lifting the pelvic bone up. And whenever you're ready, let's come all the way down. Again, just line your back up with the back of the mat. You might like to bring your head in your hands or lie all the way down, whatever works best for your neck. Let's stack our knees, stack our ankles, stack our hips. Bring in a supporting hand under the shoulder. Let's inhale together. Exhale, we slowly draw that knee up. Just find your own flow again. If you'd like to lift the feet up off the ground. And slowly bring them down. Let's extend the legs long. Flexing the feet. We'll inhale, scoop the belly, switch on those core muscles, and exhale to slowly lift the top leg up. Might like to point the toes as you lift the leg, flex the foot as you bring back together. Moving your own breath. Start to feel yourself wobble a bit backwards. Just press through that front hand. Engage the muscles in your arm to find that stability in the side body. All right, this time let's take some small circles. Let's inhale first. Exhale, lift that leg and just draw small circles with the toes. Switch directions. And one more time. And slowly bring it down. All right, let's lift both legs together. Inhale to start. Exhale, press through the floor. Inhale, drop the legs down. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, down to the floor. Exhale to lift. One more time. Exhale, side out. And last one on this side, we will scissor that leg forward and back. Just move in a small way, keeping the hips stacked. You need to press through that front hand to keep the balance. As you feel those muscles switch on, sigh through that sense of whatever your mind is telling you. Maybe it's saying, I don't like this. Just notice that. And slowly bring that leg down. You might like to rub or massage a little around the glute. We're going to extend our knees back up, draw our arms together. Take a big inhale. Exhale, roll the arm across the belly. We're extending out, twisting the spine. Maybe the eyes follow the arm. Inhale to lift up. And draw the hands together. Exhale, open out through the chest. Just taking my fingers across the chest, allowing the shoulder to come down to the floor. Inhale to lift up. Exhale, let it go. This time, let's take our arm up high above the head. Maybe rest the head on the lower arm. Top arm, we're going to rotate it up. Take it all the way around, just moving through the shoulder joint. Inhaling to lift it up. Exhale, take it behind. Keeping the head heavy, no tension in the neck or the jaw. Keeping the hips stacked. Let's come back the other direction just once or twice. And then we'll slowly press ourselves up. I'm just going to come back to the other side. You can just roll over if you're facing towards the camera. Draw the knees up again. Extend the arms forward. Side out. Inhale together. Exhale, draw the arm across the body. Inhale to lift up. Exhale, let it go. Just feel your whole body melt down into the floor. Just moving with the breath. One more time. Let's just come and roll back onto our spine. I'm just going to press through the floor to slowly lift up our spine. Let's inhale first. Find those core muscles. Scoop the belly. Exhale, we're going to roll up. Slowly pressing through the feet, pressing through the hands. And then inhale to drop the spine down. Exhale, press through the feet, lift up. Inhale, drop the spine down. Let's draw the knees into the chest. Maybe a little wobble from side to side. Take the legs long. Take the arms overhead. Let's inhale to lift up. Exhale, slowly roll up, pressing through the heels. Bring yourself up into a seated position. Extend forward, side out. And let's just meet in a seated position. You can bring a block under your tailbone or sit in the Japanese Seiza style like I am. Let's draw our hands together. Let's bring our attention back to the breath, back to our abdomen. Done a lot of work in these core muscles in our abdomen, in our glutes, our obliques, in our chest. So as you move through the next hour or two of your day, you might notice whether you feel a little more calm and ease as you sit, especially if you're sitting at a desk or sitting in a chair. Just notice if you feel a little more sense of balance or well-being as you do these postures. Our species used to walk a lot more than we do for many, many thousands of years. And this new life that we have in the modern world where we sit most of the day, our bodies are not quite ready for it. So we have to do this work to allow ourselves to live without discomfort, without constant pain as we age inevitably. You might remember that story of the farmer who buys the land and starts digging the well in the north end of the land and digs down 10 meters and finds no water, and then he fills it up and goes down to the south of his land, digs there, still no water. Does the same with the west side fence, the east, and decides he's bought a bad block of land. And then he looks over the fence and sees his neighbor. His neighbor just started drilling a hole and stayed in one place. When his neighbor hit dynamite, hit a rock, he just used dynamite and blew through it and just kept going and kept going down 200 meters and found a beautiful deep well and sense of water supply forever. He was very happy with the land. The story is all about practice. We only have to do a few things well in life to be happy. We have to breathe well, we have to engage certain muscles, but so often we forget this and we get distracted by all these fancier ideas, much more complex, complicated things. So I hope you have enjoyed just trying to keep everything a little more simple. Just focusing on our breath, focusing on engaging these muscles. Spend just the last moment in practice in gratitude. Just bringing to mind what we have in our lives. And let's bow to each other in short thank you for the shared energy of practicing today.